We're gone? We good to go? Awesome. What's up, guys? This is Michael Ray, and you are with us here on Offstage America. Like always, my boy Paulie over here in the corner holding it down. This is our first ever episode with guests, and I'm so stoked because these are two of my buddies.
Brady and Troy don't count as guests.
And,
let's go.
Well, they're like, they're like the cousins that visit for Christmas.
It was not a shot taken, but it was a good shot taken.
Yeah.
Because they're right there.
Yeah, he's a horrible shooter, but he'll shoot. He'll shoot and anything.
Hey, you never see me.
we got my boy Lil'Skinny here, and we got my buddy Grayson Russell, which you're probably like, man, that guy looks familiar. Well, it's probably because just like me, you fell asleep to the sweet sounds of a table scene in a very famous NASCAR movie. Where you'd wake up periodically because the DVD would just keep playing. Like, I'm going to come at you like a spider monkey. Yeah.
I thought he just looked like a redheaded Jesus, so, I mean.
Well,
yeah, I'll take
he'll save you.
Right.
Yeah. He'll save you. Depending on what bar he's leaving. How you been, buddy?
Doing great.
Dude,
great.
Thank you so much for this, man. This is our very first guest, you two, man. And Skinny, we've been boys and spent a lot of nights. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew.
I thought it was Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. But we spent a lot of times at the golf course with Pops, also known as John Daly. And then I see Grayson start coming into the picture, and I'm like, does he know what he's about to get into?
I had no earthly idea. Not a bit. Not a bit.
It's a real brand.
Yeah, I'll let him earn his rites of passage of taking John home one night.
Oh, yeah.
Tucking him in twice.
Yeah, Skinny will do that to you.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, Skinny's like, hey, guys, I got some. Do you mind taking care of everybody? I'm like, yeah, man, I didn't know
Sure,
that.
dude,
I got you.
6 hours later,
Yeah.
Sean Mullins is blasting at 11. And
that's
John's laying there going, hey, we got a radio show with the Razorbacks at 7. Wake me up at 6:45. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
seeing if he's alive because he doesn't look alive. And then we do a radio show.
It's the final boss level with John.
Oh, yeah.
When Sean Mullins comes out.
Yeah.
Blasting it.
One of the best dudes, though. Most fun
best.
guy. You won't meet somebody with a bigger heart than John Daly. I always tell everybody, I'm like, you'll be hanging out with him at Old Hickory, and then you kind of forget when you're hanging with him for a few days that, oh, yeah, it's John freaking Daly, you know?
Right, yeah.
And then these dudes are walking in, a little lit from their golf game, you know? Yeah, boy, I can hit that night. Is that John Daly over there? You know, and then John, I've seen more guys go talk to him, and then later on, after a couple good boys that John's gave him, they're like, "All right, John, we gotta get back to our game, dude." Like these guys, that's just who John is, man. He's awesome, but
he's all about the party.
Yeah, man. So Grayson, how you liking Nashville, man? How long you been here?
I love it. Officially, I've been here almost 2 years. But I grew up coming up here, and then for the past 4 or 5 years, I was coming over here from Chattanooga to hop on the bus like twice a month.
Oh, okay.
So it consolidated my life to be here. There's a film studio down in Franklin that I kind of worked some stuff with, and then I did a master's in counseling.
Wow.
Which is a whole other thing, and the practice I did my internship through is here. So it consolidated my life.
So is Skinny just a case study for the psychology kid?
No. So what's crazy?
Now I know how the friendship goes.
What happened is I was engaged for a while. And
Okay.
It was like, okay, we're getting married. I've got to get this place to live. Cool. I know I'm going to need to be in Nashville. I got my apartment. She gets here. We end up splitting. And within like the first month of her being here. And so my first night out, I met Skinny.
Oh, yeah.
And then that was in like May. And then it would have been CMA Fest, so June.
Oh, so you moved right, and it's right, and with this guy.
I moved in April. Yeah. We split in May, met Skinny. CMA Fest happens in June. I had a couple things with Creative at, so like that all worked out. And then went and saw him play at Greenlight for a round at CMA Fest, and then that was it. That's all it took.
He moved right in the middle of the Nashville.
Freaking just hop on the train moving, dude. Here's a beer.
Right in the middle of the Nashville
Right
run.
in the middle of the Nashville run. And Skinny's like the mayor.
Yeah.
Grace and I were just talking.
It's the mayor of Midtown.
Mayor of Midtown.
Mayor of Midtown.
Oh, my God.
Duke of Division Street.
How do we make shirts and signs?
The
Duke of Division Street.
Oh, my God. That is so wild.
That's
It's
amazing.
coming up with the whole merch line. Just
Yeah. Oh,
spitting
yeah.
it right now.
Oh, dude, because I'm not lying to any of y'all. Grayson agrees.
Skinny knows everybody.
If you have anybody, if I need to get a hold of Trump, I'm probably calling Skinny or Tim Montana. Yeah, because one of the two, he'll answer. You know what I mean? Like, I've never met two people that are so connected and just so quick. I'm like, why am I calling all these other people? Skinny, hey, you gotta end with whatever over here in wherever country. Yeah, dude, I know a guy. Of course you do. But so you can move here. You're already doing music. playing. How did let's wind back because all of us obviously huge fans of Talladega Nights, Diaries of. He was telling me about the concerts.
Oh yeah. Skinny hops in with us. It's a freaking blast.
I played guitar for him in the band.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So how it all happened was I started touring doing gospel with my folks when I was 5.
Oh,
so
nice.
Going
Okay.
Weekends doing that in Alabama, and my first band was a Bee Gees cover band that I put together when I was 7 years old.
Wow.
And about that time, I had started doing commercials for the local car dealership, but they would use the cheer squad. Like Clanton, Alabama, where I'm from, has got 9 stoplights, so like it wasn't wasn't crazy at all. So Dad had a tournament to fish. Somebody came in Mom's office, said, "Hey, there's this Will Ferrell movie in the newspaper. I think you should take Grayson." The only reason we went was because Dad was fishing. Me and Mom were bored. I couldn't read English. And we went to Clay Chapel High School in Birmingham, and that was the audition for Talladega Nights.
No way.
And 2 weeks later, they called Mom, said, "Hey, we want him to come for a callback in Charlotte." And the only reason we went was because they're like, "Well, the baby had never been to Six Flags in Atlanta."
Which is a great park.
Yeah, which is a great
Great
park. He's
park.
like,
Great park, yeah.
He ain't, there's no, I'm not getting it. Like they didn't think it was going to be a real movie. They're like, we'll just come back by Six Flags, make a little vacation out of it. I went, auditioned. I remember Six Flags more than I remember the audition. The actual audition's on YouTube. You can find it. Put it up with me in Houston. And
North Carolina. I said, Washington, D.C. She said, no, you're wrong. I said, you got a lumpy butt. She got mad at me and yelled at me, and I pissed in my pants. I never did change my pee pants all day. I'm still sitting in my dirty pee pants.
Oh, you kids are just like your dad, precocious and full of wonderment. You know, I can't hold my tongue. Those kids are my grandchildren. You are raising them wrong. You are terrible little boys.
Grandpa, I swear, you shut up right now or I'll beat you in the mouth.
Shut up, Chip. You're just a wrinkled old fart.
All right, Houston, let's try a couple other things to yell
That
at.
was backwards.
That's okay.
That's all right.
I can't hold my tongue. Those children are my grandchildren, and you are raising them wrong. They are terrible little boys.
Shut up, Chip. You're just a mean wrinkled fart.
Can you do that again and yell that even louder? Say, shut up, Chip, you're just a wrinkled old fart, but yell it at him.
Shut up, Chip. You're just a wrinkled old fart.
And can you say, shut up, Chip, or I'm going to push you down the stairs?
Shut up, Chip. I'm going to push you down the stairs.
2 weeks after that, they called and said, "Hey, he got it. We need you in Charlotte for 2.5 months, and see you then." And,
Dad's like, "Oh, shit."
And so then we get it, and we're like, "Holy crap!" Okay, we know like this is obviously of the good Lord because there's no way this should be happening.
Right, absolutely.
Get there. I got saved doing that movie. The first week during rehearsals, they gave Mom and Dad little audio recorders, and we're like, "Hey, here's the script. Here's these recorders. Can y'all record yourself saying all of Will and Leslie Bibbs' lines?" I'm like, "Sure." No problem. They were using my folks as references for Alabama accents.
No way.
We just thought it was just something you did.
Those
and
damn
so
production
so
guys,
Like Mom
man.
and Dad are sitting in the hotel going, if you ain't first, maybe I should. If you ain't first, So that was
That's
how that
amazing,
shook out.
dude.
And I had a bunch of language I didn't want to say, wasn't comfortable doing it. And
Yeah.
we went up to Adam McKay, who's directed all of Will's stuff, and was like, "Hey man, do I really have to say all this?" And he got up, looked me in the eye, was like, "You never have to do anything you're not comfortable with."
Oh, that's awesome.
Any like wild line, like I won't come at you like Spider Monkey. I'm gonna scissor kick you in the back of the head. All
Yeah.
of that was just stuff that they realized that we were so ignorant enough that like we weren't nervous. So we would just, if they want us to yell it, we'd just yell it.
Yeah.
And if there was any point where any of it was remotely profane, the whole shoot would shut down. They would come up, form a little line to me and my mother, and apologize for putting me in a situation.
Wow, that's
that
awesome,
compromised
man.
what I was willing to do and what I believed in. And if that had been a bad situation, I never would have done it again.
Yeah.
Fast forward a year, we're at the premiere, Chinese theater. I'm sitting there. Sorry, my phone's been crazy. And Michael Clark Duncan, big guy from Green Mile.
Oh, yeah,
which
man.
We had done the movie with, played the picker chief. Introduced me to his manager at the premiere, and that's how I was able to stay in it.
That's incredible. Yeah. What a beautiful story, especially with just how some stuff in Hollywood people know.
Yeah.
It's not always that case.
Not at all.
Where sometimes the kids should be the focus and their beliefs and what they need is more they can get pushed into. Well, no, just say this because it'll look good, or and how great for your parents to be able to be
Absolutely.
there with you.
Yeah, and Mom was Mom was able to come with me for the whole ride. And that was one of the cool things of meeting Skinny was that Skinny did film when he first moved to town, when he moved to Nashville.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you that.
No,
Yeah.
no. This is new, Skinny. What magazine was it?
Before you start, hold on. Before you start, move
Yeah,
the mic
this
up, or
thing's
we're not
down
going to be able to hear you. Yeah, put it up higher. There you
Yeah,
go.
Blue Chew
We
hasn't
won't be able
sent us the stuff yet, so we have.
This is the great part about being able to.
We ain't put him in our stands yet.
Yeah.
We just like
Bluetooth-
sprinkle him on the
Bluetooth
base.
mic stand.
Yeah. Give him 4 to 6 hours.
Give it 4 to 6 hours.
I just want to make sure.
Stuck.
There you go. And then put it a little
got me
closer.
now?
A little
Yeah,
closer.
Yeah,
This
so
is all
there you
new,
go.
so.
Yeah, so that was the thing with me and Skinny, which was a total other little.
Keep it. There
Just
we
keep
go.
twisting. That's what Paul does. Twist till it works.
Twist it
keep
until
twisting.
something happens.
That's what she said. Anyways, yeah, man. So when I first got to town, I couldn't get music gigs. So like, competition was so high, I was going around beating down doors trying to get stuff. I really didn't want to play on Broadway. I wanted to do something off of Broadway because I didn't want to be like that Broadway guy. So I started looking around. My brother had done some acting stuff and had signed up to some like email thing, but he wasn't. When he was doing it, he was like 9 or 10, and he wasn't like old enough to really have an email yet. So it was all coming to my email. So my mom and I started seeing these emails pop up. It was like, on location casting. Once you go, it was like background for music video, Nashville, Tennessee, $300. And I'm like, sweet, I ain't got a job. I'm going to go do this. So I started picking up stuff. And my first acting gig, I was in background for an Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift music video. And I met like the director, and he like got me some other background gigs, and I'd go make $300, $400, $500 at a time and go do different stuff. I was in a British movie once, and then
What British movie?
it was called Surprised by Oxford. It was actually Michael W. Smith's son directed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we did it like we like filmed some scenes in Michael W. Smith's like parents' house and stuff, and he like showed up. It was
That's awesome.
I didn't realize extras were making like $300 for. I mean,
Skinny was.
Skinny was.
Yeah,
He's
it was
okay.
crazy, yeah. Skinny
That's
was
what
like-
everybody hook up.
Skinny was.
What's some of
That was a
it
skinny
would go
dip.
so
That was a-
yeah. Some of them be like 150, 200,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
but like the Taylor
No,
Swift
Skinny
one
went
was
right
like
to the
300.
director.
400.
Skinny's the only guy that would have been hired as an ad or a stand-in. That somehow by the end of the video,
be
Taylor
directing
Swift
it.
was like, "You want to just tour manage my?" Somehow,
And that's more accurate than not.
yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we laugh, but we're probably not far off from that.
Hey, I was in a Christmas movie with Mario Lopez. It was really cool.
Oh, AC Slater,
Yeah, it's
Nice.
Slater, dude. Yeah,
Nice.
man, Skinny Slater.
and then the music stuff started.
Yeah,
being able
man,
to
it
roll a little bit.
started kind of picking up, and I was like, man, acting's not.
Well, hey, dude, you got what big part of this
Calling.
podcast is telling the journey of everybody, because
Yeah.
people will look at success in any business or anything, and a lot of times it's very easy for people, especially if you've had a long career since a kid, and people kind of see this and they kind of have this assumption of like, oh, someone just got lucky, or this just kind of happened or whatever. But there's a journey that has happened for everybody, to get to where they're at, and it's about just using what God gives you, the tools that you have. You might not have the full toolbox, but you got enough to screw in a couple bolts, and get some things going to get you to the next step. So, taking those acting jobs or, those little things, or, people move to town and you think some dude wants to freaking deal with some rich guy as he parks his car when he's probably more talented than everybody on the radio.
Everybody,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
But he's got to sit there and do it for 4 or 5 years and put himself out there, for rejection. When you're, hey, here's a CD, or I guess it's a link now. I don't know whatever people are doing. So
What is a CD?
man, it was like, well, when you were little and they had,
We
they had
We
8
had
tracks.
cassette tapes. Like I actually remember trying to wait for the perfect moment when you were listening to
Singles?
the radio to like hit record so you get your songs.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm that old.
Me and Adrian were talking about this, like calling in the hotline
Yeah,
or the request
yeah.
hour,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then waiting to hear your voice,
Yeah.
try to disguise it.
Do
Hey, I'm Larry. Can I play some raw
you
act?
remember that one? Like my sister used to listen to this. It was like Delilah or something. They call
Oh,
it like love
Delilah.
ballads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I remember that kind of
Delilah.
stuff. And you'd always want to see who had like the craziest request for
Oh.
who. And but
That's what
then
my
you'd-
mom was listening to every night while she was in the shower getting ready for bed. You see Delilah blaring from the bathroom.
But it's just the thing is though is like the requests now everyone would just try and make shit up.
Oh yeah.
No, none of it would be real.
Yeah.
Like it actually was legit then, but like some of it would not even be believable. Now you'd be like, "There's no way that happened."
The last movie I did, which was a blessing, we got nominated for an Oscar for it. It was a World War II film with Tom Hanks called Greyhound.
Oh yeah, I wanted to
So,
talk to you about that.
So we do boot camp, Navy and Marines,
Great
whole
movie,
deal.
by the way.
Thank you. We get done, and it's like it's like giving somebody a gift at the end of the tour. Like, what do you give Tom Hanks? What am I going to give Tom Hanks? And my mom's boss had given me a stack of boxes of Dick Clark National Music Survey disc jockey vinyls. So they were the ones, and they were all dated. And so you can look, and it was like, it's what the disc jockey played December 31st, 1982 for New Year's.
Wow.
Dick Clark National Music Survey. And you look through like all the, like the programming, and it's like it's got the little, you know, marks where he checked through. There's a Diagel commercial and a Hamburger Helper, and then it's Stevie Wonder and Paul McCartney doing Ebony and Ivory, and then their interview. And so it was literally, when you put it in, you're listening to the radio. Jingle, the whole deal. And it's one of the coolest things I had, and I was like, well.
You gave it to Tom Hanks?
I gave him a box. I had the other three. I gave him a box, and like, it might be maybe 2 months later, that dude typed me, because he collects typewriters, typed me up a freaking letter and sent it to my house.
That's cool.
Just finished listening to Dick Clark National Music Survey.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was one of the coolest things. Just talking about like just listening to the radio, and like, of course you couldn't, you know, call in at that point, but when it was, you know, syndicated and like sent out in the little boxes that you would play, I think that's the coolest thing in the world.
Is.
Also, what an amazing gift. Like, how does that, like, if someone was to give that to me, like, how did you even think of this? What did you give Tom Hanks?
Well,
you know?
He would collect typewriters. He's got a book
I
that
didn't
he
know
authored on typewriters. So it's like, what's the most obscure historical artifact I have that I can willing to part with? And it's like, well, I got 4.
Yeah.
Give you one.
I'll give him one.
I'll give little Tommy. I'll give little Forrest the little box.
Throw TH.
Were you into like history and everything before you did that movie, or did that kind of?
Oh yeah.
So that was like a.
Yeah, I was.
So I'm like, World War II is.
Same.
One of my favorite things to do is I'll go around and interview old people, because my granddad was the youngest of 6, so I was raised by like a bunch of people in their 70s, Bertha and Inez and Ethel.
Yeah.
And I would go, and one of my best friends died like a week before I auditioned for Greyhound, and he was 99. He shot howitzers in the Pacific, and so like I remember going into that audition with my 13-minute recording on my voice memo of PFC Frank Staggs talking about eating a horse with some Australians and getting drunk and singing In the Pines, like Nirvana in the Pines.
Wow.
On the like side of a palm tree in Papua New Guinea.
Wow.
Before the Marines got there. You know, so that's
talk about being able to get in character, dude.
So I was like, okay, and I had long hair, and so I went and bought a shirt from Dickies and slicked my hair back on the sides, because it was like I knew it was going to be short.
Yeah.
One of the worst auditions I've ever done in my life. I did it, and I was like, crap, let me do that again, which you don't do like in the room. And I knew it as soon as I said it. I'm going to do this again. And the casting assistant was like, all right, sure, go ahead. And I did it, and that was a weird one, because I got home the Friday of Valentine's Day. They called and said, hey, cool, you got it. We need you in Baton Rouge on Tuesday for boot camp with Navy and Marines. I was like, okay, Friday. I got Saturday, Sunday. I'll have to go down Monday. Cool. I got till Tuesday. And then I got to mark my schedule off for 180 days.
Wow.
Well, I call them back and was like, hey, I'm going to need a haircut. Oh, yeah, we'll do that Monday morning, which meant that I had to be in Baton Rouge Sunday night, which meant that I had to leave. I had a day.
Yeah.
I had one day to pack everything I had, which was nothing, because I had a duffel bag with 3 pairs of underwear in it, because I wasn't in college. I was at home.
Yeah.
Got down there with, my 3 pairs of underwear and 2 T-shirts, did boot camp, and thankfully next week was spring break. So all my buddies in the frat back at college were able to bring me down, bring my PlayStation down in my suitcase with, stuff to actually wear.
So you were going to college while filming these
so
level
I went to
movies?
school through all of it. So I graduated high school with the kids I went to preschool with.
That's
my
amazing,
teachers
man.
were my mom's teachers, or went to school with my mom.
Yeah, I kind of grew up kind of similar to that as well.
So college was actually easier to do on set, because I could kind of do it online, and they were like, just as long as you get your stuff done, like deadlines don't so much matter.
Gotcha.
So I would be sitting there and get yelled at by Tom for a few hours, and then go and crank up the Iliad. And give me a couple pages in. What was funny is I would be sitting in the hotel at the Embassy Suites, and some dude who ever lived next door to me would freaking light up a heater of a joint at like 11:30 at night, and it'd come through my air vents. So I'd be sitting there trying to, do my Old Testament, you know, whatever for my undergrad and be like, "Whoa, brother."
Like, I'm starting to see the burning bush myself.
This bush is burning off an airline
I know when
highway.
Moses was howling.
So
Smells good too.
Man, I think that's why I've always said this, Skinny. I've said this to everybody. You know, my little sister like has like some friends of mine where I think like she'll be like, oh, she'll think this will be the person. Yeah. And then she'll be like, she saw a random photo of us, I think, at the golf tournament that we did.
Yeah.
I get a text message. Hey, how do you know Grayson? And I go, well, you know, he's friends with mutual friends. He's, you know, lives here in Nashville, plays around. He's got great music. Why? She's like, yeah, I have to meet him. I want to meet.
That's the guy.
I want to meet him. You know, but I tell everybody, I go, dude, you're never going to meet him more real and humble, and you could just tell that you're very tied close to your roots. You have great family, great values that were instilled with you to be able to keep that solid rock on that, on faith and Jesus and your I guess your level of what you would give. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm willing to compromise these, no, you know. And so to have that, man, is just a really cool thing. So you telling the stories about how you grew up in your hometown and your grandparents and all of it makes a lot of sense.
Well,
you know,
Skinny came up the same way, and that's the thing. I mean, you talk about like if I need to know something, or somebody I call Skinny.
Yeah.
I would not have. Skinny's my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have any of like. I didn't know that Skinny knew everybody when I met him.
Right? Yeah.
But he was kind enough and gracious enough to me
Yeah.
to go, hey, I've been here for 5 years and I worked my ass off to get
Mm-hmm.
to this point, and here are my friends. And
Yeah.
not everybody would be willing to do that or trust me with that.
100%,
I wouldn't know you.
yeah.
I wouldn't know John. I would know 4 people.
Well, that's why I wanted him on this. You know what I mean? I was like, buddy,
I
you
would know
know,
4 people without this man.
Your life would be a little less exciting.
I've always, he does. Liver might not itch sometimes as much as it does. But yeah, man, that's what's great about when you meet guys like Skinny throughout, you know, and God was just kind of looking out for you coming to this town because, you know, like any city, dude, you got the good and the bad. You know, you can, when you're brand new, you don't know who you're meeting.
No,
you know
you don't know what it is.
You don't know who it is or what it is.
What
and
their agenda is.
What their
for you,
agenda
yeah.
is or whatever. So it is really cool, man, when you get to meet people through your friends, and then everybody has that same opinion about those friends. You know what I mean? And for me, it's always been Skinny and Tim, and everybody, other buddies of ours. Man, if I ever need anything, dude, I'm just calling Tim Montana. I'm not calling my manager. I'm not calling anybody else. I'm calling you or Skinny, man. So it's I really wanted you two on here as our first ones because,
Thank you,
like I
brother.
said, I wouldn't know you without him, and a lot of people, dude, I wouldn't know without
And
you.
it's
So.
crazy how time flies because, you know, I haven't even been here for 5 years yet.
Really?
Thought you had.
Well, you really made me feel like I ain't
four,
done
yeah, 4
I
years,
ain't done
4
shit in the
years
first
next
5
week.
years. I had
Yeah.
thanks, Skitty.
As you said, you have not done fame well.
I'm just more of like a kid in a trailer that just wants to hunt and play some country music.
Same. It's all I want to do. I've been doing more hunting than anything. So good. But no, I hit my 4-year anniversary next week. So
That's awesome, man.
yeah, it's been a crazy 4 years.
Well, you've lit the son of a gun on fire. I can tell you that. You know everybody and their mother.
Just not shy.
No, I just like meeting friends. Like, well, that's what like everybody was like, man, it's like it's a 10-year town. Like, just be ready for the long haul. So I'm like, cool, I got time. I ain't gonna try to go burn things down yet. I don't know anybody. I knew one person that was Barrett Baber.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only person I knew, or 2 people. I knew Barrett Baber and Kent Wells. Was the only 2 guys I knew in Nashville. And so I was like, man, I'm gonna go hang out with them when I can, but they both got families, busy lives, you know, and so I'm just gonna go out and meet some friends. And so I just never stayed home.
Yeah.
For my first year, I might have stayed home 20 nights or something like that. I just
Yeah.
was out every night, just open to meet people. And
Well, and for anybody watching that, you know, hasn't moved to a place to chase a dream or just hasn't moved to a city part, especially in Nashville, I can really only speak for because it's really a city I've ever lived in. But that networking time is very important, especially in the music business, especially of that time of the music industry. It wasn't, you know, everything wasn't hinging so much on social media, you know, so it was more like you had to be at the Tin Roof right around and Whiskey Jam on Mondays, you know, and that's how you met everybody, was being gone 7 nights a week, dude, just every night going out and meeting people because you never know who you're going to meet.
yeah, man, I would just walk in like Losers and Red Door with a fur coat on and a fedora hat. I'm like, it's
He
bound.
went straight for the brand.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I mean, just gonna draw
Someone's
attention.
gonna
somehow.
talk to me, or I am going to at least look cool.
I wonder how many
Right,
times
exactly.
Kid Rock got called, be like, "Hey, bro, you sure you ain't got a white kid from Arkansas? He got long hair, he's skinny, he's in a fur coat. He just flicked off the bartender. I don't
Yeah, he just took the fur coat off. He is in a wife beater.
Yeah, and he's in a wife beater. I can confirm he is in a wife beater.
I'll never forget the first time I met Bob. He looks at me, he goes, "Nice style, kid."
Probably shed a tear.
And that's man, that was the thing I wasn't expecting with Nashville. Like with the LA and the film side, everybody really kind of keeps their cards close to their chest, because if I'm auditioning for something, you know, and we get higher up in there, it's me and the top 30 sub 6 foot redheads.
Yeah,
And you know, when you got a wife and kids and your health insurance depends on you getting that part, it is very much me or you.
Yeah.
And so nobody's going, yeah, I want to introduce you to the producer of this or what. Like, nobody's doing that at all. And then I get to Nashville, meet Skinny, and I'm at his,
I ain't got
like,
no
whiskey
wife,
jam-
no kids.
whiskey
My
jam.
cards are like that.
Yeah. Skinny's like, here's my deck, dude. Go through them, man.
Good luck.
So I'm at, was it your whiskey jam debut? That
Yeah.
was there with you and Braveheart? And so
Yeah.
I go see him play whiskey jam. He's like, hey, John's in town. So like I met John just hanging for Skinny singing. Then you walk in and it's like, hey, there's a blonde-headed curly-haired guy. And there's no way that's the keys player from Bon Jovi. But I was like, that's who that looks like.
This one of those
David
nights.
Bryan, one of my buddies.
Yeah,
I love that
and
guy, dude.
That's the only rock star I could have picked out, because growing up there wasn't a lot of them that were like naturally curly headed.
Oh, yeah.
So I remember looking on the back of the CD going like,
We got to
"It's
throw a
hair
photo
like
of David up from
Yeah.
the 80s because no one did it better.
nobody did it better.
Nobody did.
It
He
would
was
actually
meant-
like be theirs, you know, like
It was his.
Yeah,
Like,
it's there.
and he can still rock it. And he's one of the
100%.
nicest, coolest dudes.
100%.
I brought my dad to his that penthouse that he bought down
Yeah,
there, and he's showing us the piano, and it's like the piano that he learned on when he was a kid, and he has the piano that his piano instructor had when he was a kid. I mean, it's like
my first time up there, I had never seen a toilet that was motion activated, like the whole thing was.
oh yeah,
Like heated
I
seats.
have questions.
And so
I was like, wait a
because he
second.
never been to a Chuck E. Cheese either, man. All you gotta do is wave your hand.
Listen, that sounds like a terrible thing if you have
Yeah,
a teenager
yeah.
in your house, if that's
Oh.
motion activated.
Oh,
There's
dude,
some stuff
dude,
that might
so-
just start going
so
on.
I walked in. It's like,
hit
you know,
my back,
they're
man.
like, hey, you know, welcome to the piano, whatever. And I'm looking around at the pianos.
Oh, it's a beautiful place
beautiful,
too. Yeah,
beautiful place. And I'm like, I'm gonna use the bathroom. Like, yeah, it's in there. And I get to the commode, and there's like a touch screen on the side of the wall, and like my foot got up under it, and the whole thing woke up. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, what do I do? Because I don't want to look freaking ignorant from Clanton, Alabama, because I'm in a Bon Jovi house.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And like, finally get it all figured out. We're good. Like, okay, nobody died, and I walk out, and it was me.
Felt
and my
like
buddy,
Mater from
my
Cars
buddy, yeah, me and my buddy Keith Eric. Keith is in there on a guitar, and David's on his keys and going, a lot of people think we play Living on a Prayer like this, but this is actually how we do it." And I like walk out of the bathroom, and I'm like, that's
Iconic.
the dude singing the BGVs
yeah,
on Living on a Prayer.
yeah.
Singing Living on a Prayer in his penthouse.
Yeah.
On his keyboard.
I just peed on his toilet seat.
And I just
I'm really
used
glad that
his
toilet whole situation just worked out.
Well, because what's cool with David is he's like John, man. He'll talk to everybody. He's the nicest dude. Looks like a rock star no matter where. He just got inducted into another Hall of Fame.
Yeah, another one.
And I texted
New
him
Jersey.
congrats. And I was like, bro, you look like a rock star as always. And then he came back with like, yo, someone's got to do it or something. You know?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't think a lot of people realize he has like 4 Tonys for
Oh yeah,
for musicals. He's composed,
composed.
and
Yeah,
written
man.
and worked on.
I've actually had forgotten about
yeah,
that.
and so that's the thing that when we met, Bob Kid Rock introduced us, who's a big Talladega Nights fan. So
Mm-hmm.
he calls me Anarchy, and then John calls me Baby Jesus. So which is funny because that
Baby Jesus.
movie's 20 years old this year.
That makes me
crazy.
feel old.
But you know, Bob introduced me to David, and we really hit it off. Of course, like love Bon Jovi, but talking on the acting side. of
Yeah, because
things.
you've also done like theater, right? Like Broadway.
No, I've never done theater.
Oh, you
before.
haven't?
The only times I've done theater is at the Tennessee Performing Arts Center with Creative Vets, doing stuff with them. That's the only times I've ever done them.
I'm new to looking up you know what I mean? I saw that and read that, but I didn't know that was Creative Vets.
Yeah.
Will you speak about Creative Vets? Because this whole podcast, we want to, shine light on veterans and those type of stuff. And people might not know what Creative Vets is, but we know it. But I did not know that was the only time. I thought My
That's the
redneck
only
ass
time
thought
I've
that
done
was like Broadway. I was like, look at my boy, dude, up there.
Yeah, I got you again.
Yeah, got me again.
Yeah, well, it worked out. Creative X was worked out perfect because I write music and then I do the film side of things, but also my master's is counseling, which is I was set with a vet in it all.
Everything
it does.
yeah.
It does. Those are the only people I met not through Skinny.
No, yeah. Don't you want to just introduce Skinny to your friend one time? You know what I mean? Like,
I do, but and it's a lot of people on the film side. So like Zach, the lead from Wimpy Kid.
Zach,
so anytime he had never played with a band before, so anytime he hops in with my with the band, it's with my guys.
Yeah.
It's like, well, Skinny, will you come and play? So we capped out Odie's. Like the second week.
We got to talk about this
second
shit.
Week had been
Craziest thing I've ever seen. The collection of 22 to 26-year-old females in this show. It was great. It was amazing. I feel like, yeah, it was a great crowd. I feel like I was like in the heyday of the 90s, like rock scene. It was great. It was
What a
awesome.
nice lady.
what a lovely lady over there. A room full of the lovelies.
Yeah.
Now, when you were watching this movie growing up, were you ever like, I'm going to be the guitar player?
I never thought. It's like I was up there and I just had one of those moments, and it's just a sea of just 22-year-old girls, and I'm just sitting there like, I never thought sitting in my bedroom watching Dire Wimpy Kid that I'd be up there with these guys doing this.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Life will
wild.
throw you some crazy curveballs when you're doing this.
Skinny's been good to me because I'm not anywhere good enough to play with his bunch. I can sing.
Yeah.
I'm not good enough to play with his bunch, but Skinny's always been good about like, hey man, will you come play guitar with me for Whiskey Jam or whatever we're doing? He's like, yeah, dude. So Skinny comes in, hops in with my band, and Skinny covers a multitude of sins.
Oh yeah.
And I've been blessed. I've had the same guys in my band for the past 8 years. They're all classically trained dudes. We all went to school together.
Oh, nice.
At Lee University in Cleveland, Tennessee, which is a music school.
Yeah,
I got a film degree, so I could kind of have the best of both worlds.
Dude, how the hell did you find the time, bro? I barely got through high school. He's like, man, I shot legendary movies, got 2 master's degrees. I'm like,
I got one. Just got one.
Oh, you just got one. Well, still one more than I got.
Put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Don't put
I barely could get a bachelor's.
Yeah, dude. You're barely a bachelor, dude.
Yeah, barely a bachelor. Yeah.
I almost wasn't.
Yeah.
I almost wasn't. I tried.
I've been there too, buddy. It's fine. Yeah.
Well, that
Worked
was
out.
always my dream. Was I always wanted to be like that Stevie Ray Vaughan guitar player dude. Like I was, I ended up chasing the songwriting thing, the artist thing, but like I always want to be that guitar player guy. So when I actually went to college on a guitar scholarship, and so I went to fine arts school and went through that. I was supposed to get out in 3.5 years or 2.5 years, but I got out 3.5 years because I failed out at a Baptist college. But
it happens.
It happens. You get down
that
to the beach
first year
house.
of college, I heard, is real tough.
Yeah, it was tough. That last semester was tough. So I ended up not staying on campus and started commuting an hour one way every day to go up there. And I had 8 a.m. classes Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
So you made it to where you couldn't drink.
Basically, yeah. Basically, I stopped partying, but then so in that one semester, in order to finish ahead, because I had this like goal that I was going to finish earlier than 4 years, so I got out a semester early when I was supposed to get out a year and a half early. But I started. I did that semester. I did 21 hours, and I played 135 shows.
Wow!
In that one semester.
So that's why you took Nashville on so good.
Yeah. So it's like anything's a piece of cake at that point.
Anything's good at that point.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I went through like 2 Suburbans, and it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome, man.
Shockingly, my last semester of college, I actually partied the most and made the dean's list, which is the craziest thing I have ever seen.
I didn't really party till I came to Nashville, and that was like my.
That's where you're going to bite him in the ass when one of his
can't
3
really
kids
party.
go to college.
Where I went to college was more like a high school. It wasn't very big, but like our partying was like drinking and playing poker till like 3 a.m. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
We all like died when John's house in Florida blew over, and he was up here for like 3 months. It was like, dude.
Yeah, he's like, I ain't got no home to go back to.
You gotta go home, but you can't stay here, dude. We're about to die.
Yeah,
You're about to kill us all.
Oh, dude, there's a call. Yeah, and then he'll call you the next day. Hey, son.
Hey, son, what you doing?
What you doing?
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Where you at? I'm like, oh God, I'm like 3 days
He
in.
said, yeah, like I'm on life support.
Yeah. Well, it's also a good time. So then you like go there, and you also, because you're in Nashville, you try to work your business during the day too. But you've only slept about an hour and a half, and John's texting you at noon going, hey, man, we're We're back at the clubhouse, dude. You want to come on by?
This is a great me and Michael story. He doesn't know where I'm going with this, which is scary. But the time I got kidnapped on John's bus and ended up in Alabama.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were doing a tribute for Dean Dillon.
Dean Dillon. So
songwriter for George Strait and a bunch of others. But
yeah, I had been driving up. So it was like the weekend before was my birthday, and I was down in Gainesville, Florida, seeing a girl at the time. Bad mistake. Dodged a hurricane, so I had to get up at like 4 a.m. to beat the hurricane and drive 9 hours back to Nashville. And I get there at 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I get there and I'm like, I'm ready to just go crawl in bed and die. And I get a call from John. He goes, "Hey, son." I was like, "Oh no, hey, are you in town?" He goes, "Yeah, I am." He goes, "I was sitting up here. It's your birthday yesterday." I was like, "Yeah." He says, "Come have a drink with your old man." I was like, "Pops, I can't do it. Like, I'm on my deathbed right now. I've drove 9 hours, been up since 4. I'm gonna go lay down." He says, "Oh, come over here. Let me just buy you a birthday dinner. Just come for dinner. Just come for dinner, and we'll and then you go home after that." Well, of course, dinner 6, 7 cocktails in, and let's go to Losers.
Oh yeah,
we went to Losers, and I pass out on that bus like at 4 in the morning, and then I wake up, I walk out the door, I look around, I'm like, this ain't the country club. It's a concrete jungle out here. There's concrete walls and all something. I'm behind an arena. And I walk in and I said, Pops, wake up. Where are we? He goes, "We're in Alabama." I was like,
so you didn't even know you were going.
I was like, oh shit. He goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, who's all gonna be here?" He goes, start just going through the lineup. And I see, he shows me the lineup. I see Michael Ray. And I was like, "Oh, yeah." So I FaceTime him. He's on stage doing sound check. And he's like, "Hey, buddy, what's going on?" I was like, "I'm here." He's like, "What do you mean you're here?" It's like, "I ended up on John's bus. I'm here." He goes, "Oh, shit."
Yeah, I pull in. I'm doing my truck because it's only like a couple hour drive from like my house in Georgia, right? So I was like, "Yeah, I'll just drive my truck over there. No problem. I'll stay the night and leave the next day." Bro, as soon as I pulled in, the poor guy that's like parking me, you know, he's figuring out. I mean, dude, it's this tribute's like 50 artists, you know. Yeah. So I mean, they're
George Strait.
You're freaking trying to get. George was there. He surprised me. It was a cluster for these poor people trying to set up parking. You know,
it's crazy.
So I tell the guy, "My dude, it's just my truck, dude. I'll park wherever." Well, as I'm talking to this guy, John's calling me. So John calls me, and I'm like, "Oh, it's Daly." I'm like, "All right, I'll call him back." I'm talking to this dude. He calls me again, and finally, I might get part. He calls me again. I'm like, he's got to be like butt dialing me or something. He's never come to answer. He's like, "Hey, son." I go, "What's up, man? Where you at?" And he's like, "I'm in Alabama." And I look over, and I just see like the Good Boy vodka bus kind of peeking through. And I was like, "You were here?" He's like,
up.
"Oh, yeah, we're here." And then Skinny FaceTimes. He's like, "I ended up on the bus with Pops last night, dude, and I woke up in Alabama." And I'm like, "Oh, man, I thought I was going to have a solid night's sleep." You know what I mean?
And then we like, it's just me, you, and Pops till like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah, it did have one of my favorite photos.
That picture is great. Also, dude, it's amazing. We're just sitting there, just us 3 picking on guitars and talking about country music. But my favorite part of that night is when, I don't know if you remember this, when we ended up back at the hotel. And I'm supposed to be staying with the dude, and I didn't have keys to my hotel room. And we broke in the hotel room.
We did, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we like basically coerced this lady of like, "Hey, we don't know who booked the room, but they booked the room, and somebody's already in there, and I need in there." And it was like me and Michael ran like this 2-man game here and got the hotel keys. We did.
I was like, "Now, Skinny, you might wake up to the guy who actually has this room." Like, I don't know, but for now, you got a place.
So we got a bed. So like,
just eyes open and some 6'8" dude just going, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing
Kid
here?
Rock? No,
No, I'm son.
You Kid Rock.
Nobody probably would have screamed like one of his songs.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Well, man, I know that you made this fit today. It really means a lot. Thank you so much to both of you guys, man.
Bro.
We
no problem.
This is something that we wanted to, bring our buddies on, shine light on everybody and their journeys, and through that way, tell some stories, share some laughs, and you never know who's watching, who might be. Questioning their journey, where they're at, or might be on a low front, or, just wanted to express a positivity, hang out, and fill people in on what's coming up. So
you got a new song out.
I was going to ask, any new music that we got?
Yeah,
out?
man, we just put out King of the Rodeo about my good buddy Rocker Steiner.
That's right, who happened to just win first in the world.
Yeah, first.
Bareback riding, right?
Yeah, man.
Rocker is the one that started getting me, like, really watching. I texted you, remember?
Yeah.
I texted you, y'all were out. We can't talk about all of that.
We don't talk about
Hey,
that.
it's one of the coolest moments of my life was Skinny and Ward Davis are opening for Cody Jinks at the Cosmo in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
This is while NFR is going on. Ward has to go to the ER, diverticulitis.
Oh, that's what.
Cody's like, hey, Skinny, will you open? Skinny gets to open, singing King of the Rodeo about Rocker.
Then
The
Rocker
night
wins the
he
world.
wins.
No way,
won the
dude.
world.
He
No
won it.
way.
Skinny goes on stage.
Yeah, he won it. I get a
Singing King of the
text 15 minutes later. I'm going on stage. I play it as the last
At the
song.
NFR
It gets
in
a standing
Vegas.
It gets a standing
Yeah,
ovation.
yeah,
4,000
it was
people.
incredible.
It was crazy.
Bro,
It
that's
was
God.
incredible.
It was God.
Those are
cool.
God moments right there.
The
I mean,
party after that still stands as the wildest
Yeah, it was
nights.
incredible.
yeah, we'll get that on BTS for the subscribers. No, I'm just kidding.
It was good.
Patreon.
Yeah, the Patreon account will have.
All I say is we ended up at a Diplo show hanging out with Jeff Bezos.
It's pretty cool.
That's actually kind of cool.
We're gonna end it like that. You're gonna and we leave
That's all I'm
the
saying.
first episode's on a cliffhanger. You can't end with Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, it was a wild night.
God, well, I cannot wait to hear about this.
Leave the people with something that you learned in your journey that would motivate them or help them in their career.
What we like to do is like, as people, we were meant to leave the next generation with something better than what we have, right? And we build on the shoulders of our fathers and them on their fathers. Absolutely. And so as we're going through life and it feels so divisive, it feels so just, very unforgiving, right? Like when you think back on what you've learned throughout your life, both of you guys, like what is something that you would leave to the next generation that you think would help them as they go through?
I don't remember what verse it is, but it's about the good Lord saying, I will withhold no good thing from you. Mm-hmm. And I think good isn't necessarily like, here's a present.
Right.
It might be a friggin' lesson so that you're able to
knock you to your knees.
Yeah, so that you're able to appreciate and properly kind of wield whatever the good thing is going to be. Mm-hmm. It might be something that's good for you.
Absolutely.
Rather than something that
Might be your parents praying the hand comes off the protection.
Yeah, rather than it being something fun and as my life has gone on and transpired, I try to very much hold to whether it's a song, whether it's a show, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, the good Lord's not going to, as long as I'm keeping it between the ditches here.
Yep.
The good Lord's not going to withhold any good thing from me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no reason why I should withhold any good thing from anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Skinny's not ever withheld, not one good thing from me. There wasn't that L.A. gatekeeping.
Right.
It was, look, dude, here are the people who have loved me and appreciated me.
That'll help
and have
you.
helped me get, have seen my heart and want me to succeed. Here you go.
Yeah.
And I think if anything, not, clutching those pearls and being like, what, it's the one life we got.
Yep.
And we just so happen to be living it with the people that are alive right now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Let's get it on.
Let's do the best we can with it, And I think you're right, man. I think it's very important to know, like, through my life, I can definitely tell times where it was like a thing that I thought was good, but God didn't think was good.
No.
For me. And we could all have those. And sometimes those hurdles come into blessings later on down the road, and he puts people in your life like you and Skinny and people, through our lives that kind of just help us grow and make it happen. So
Yeah, man.
I really thank you for that, man. That
Absolutely.
meant a lot. Skinny, what do you got, buddy?
Man, I've noticed through life that as all the wild stuff is fun and all the cool stories, that where I found the most love and the most life lessons I've learned are through the simple things. And so as simple as it might seem, where you're trying to go find that one party where somebody's at, sometimes you got to reel it back and just enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Soak it up.
Yeah.
Because that stuff don't last forever.
It doesn't, man. And those little moments, man, that y'all got to share in Vegas, dude. I literally was living through you guys. I was like, I don't think I'd ever check my Instagram that much in my life. I think your name was like on my first two of my search bars. I was like, all right, it's been a couple hours. What's Skinny doing? It was like y'all were like, oh, he's playing the show. I felt like I was like this like fan of YouTube, watching YouTube like live vicariously through you guys. And watching Rocker, yeah, man, who I haven't met yet, but I will someday. But we're a big fan of him here and a fan of you guys. I appreciate you so much, buddy. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Grayson, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you very much.
And do you have any new music that you're?
Yeah, so I just got brought on playing guitar for Elizabeth Nichols. She's her first #1.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're opening for like Zach Top and Keith Urban in O2 Arena in London. We're doing the whole C2C run.
Oh, that's such a great run, man. I did that.
Stagecoach in April, which is going to be wild. I've got some music coming out.
By the way.
Yeah. I'm on a show. I didn't mean to plug this. I just had it in my car because it was cold. I'm a regular on a show called Blue Ridge. It's on Amazon. Blue Ridge, the series. Season 1's out. Season 2's coming out. That's it. Follow me, please, if y'all would. It's Grayson, Grayson C. Russell.
Yeah, we'll make sure to put that up there too on the screen.
Follow Skinny.
Follow Lil'Skinny.
If I could sing and play like any human being, it would be this one.
Thanks,
right here.
boss.
And I'm not
pay you
just saying
later.
that. Is the most talented young man in freaking, what are we, in Davidson County? This
so.
guy in Nashville.
boss.
Let's do his stuff.
I
Please.
agree. Well, guys, thank y'all so much. My name's Mike. We'll get that sponsor one day.
Skinny underscore.
Yeah, Lil'Skinny underscore music. No, I'm not a rapper.
L-I-L.
Lil'Skinny.
Lil'Skinny.
Lil'Skinny, 2 N's in the skinny, underscore.
Yeah. Music.
Music.
Yeah. There it is.
Right there for you guys. Offstage America, we love you guys. Thank y'all so much. Give them a follow. We'll see y'all down the road.
Thank y'all. Thank you.